Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome inside Plymouth Regional High School here in Plymouth, New Hampshire, as we get set for this NHIAA Division II girls volleyball matchup. Again, featuring the 10-1 Spartans of Milford High School taking on the 10-2 Bobcats of Plymouth Regional High School. Hello, everyone. I'm Dan Salzer here for the Granite State Sports Network and Pemmy Baker TV, bringing you complete coverage of this matchup as we hit the final couple of weeks of the regular season. Milford comes in on an 8-match winning streak and have not lost since their loss against undefeated Guilford in that 3-2 epic battle at home. On the other side, Plymouth is also on an 8-match winning streak. They have not dropped a match since their loss here at home against Oyster River over a month ago, when we had a complete coverage of that one, a 3-1 loss. Looking at things, Plymouth has only dropped 2 sets, if that, since that matchup against Oyster River. Milford, on the other hand, has been on a tear as well. Biggest thing for Plymouth, though, they still have to face Guilford in a couple of matches, so we'll see how they set up here. Plymouth trying to stay in the hunt for home court advantage in the early rounds of the playoffs. Guilford trying to stay in the hunt, or Milford trying to stay in the hunt with Guilford, I should say, trying to get that #1 seed. Maybe Guilford will drop one match, and they will have the tiebreaker going into it. We're set to go. We're going to turn it downstairs to our public address announcer and get set for the starting lineups and national anthem here on the Granite State Sports Network and Pemmy Baker TV.
Welcome to Plymouth Regional High School, home of the Bobcats. We at Plymouth ask that everyone attending tonight's contest observe the following. First and foremost, let us be positive in every aspect of this match. Sportsmanship from the players and the fans, positive cheering only, and respect by everyone from the officials working the game. We would greatly appreciate your help in keeping our bleachers, court, and lobby clean by throwing away all trash and keeping food and drinks outside in the lobby area. Please remember that smoking is prohibited on school grounds. Emergency exits are located to your left and right, and we ask for players and game personnel only on the court. We hope that you enjoy the game. And now for the visiting team from Milford. Number 5, Izzy Unsworth. Number 12, Stella Crosby. Number 14, Emma Trunkowski. Number 17, Lily Worrell. Number 23, Brianna Arnold. Number 9, Robin Graff. Number 19, Gabby Manu. And the Spartans from
So both teams desperate for a win here today, not desperate for playoff contention, but really trying to keep the momentum going. Look at Milford and some history potentially being made this evening. Watch out for the captain, number 19, and Gabby Monaco. She enters today with 491 kills, looking for 500 on her career. We expect it to happen here this evening, so watch out for her attacks in the middle and potentially on the outside as well. She'll be the one to watch for the Spartans. On the other side, though, for Plymouth Regional, we'll see if Mia Sullivan, the captain, number 8, can get the Bobcats going with her strong hitting. If she can stay confident outside and work the opposite side like we saw our last match here against Oyster River, that will be a key for the Bobcats. Again, they've got to defend well. There's so much attack coming from Milford. Talk about it with Mia Malafanti, the head coach for the Spartans. Down a couple of starters here today, but it's focused on how they run their offense. Using their strong hitters, they've got solid inside. We saw great hitting in the warm-ups on the outsides and the opposite. And if they can get Plymouth out of position defensively, it's going to be a good look for Milford here this evening. On the other side, Plymouth has got to work on their digs. They've got to keep the rallies going here and set up their offense. It's a very tough matchup, but they know they can do it. Head coach Jonathan Van Scooter, very confident. We talked about it with him before we went on the air, as his team will have the serve. Plymouth going left to right across your screen. Milford right to left. As Toll will have the serve, and we are underway. Outside for Monaco, and there's the first kill for her. Assist number 119 there for Tronkowski. A solid setter this season for the Spartans. Good attack here on the serve. Toll keeps it alive. Sullivan will send it over. Middle attack, and it's a poor set. That one sent into the net there from Arnoldi, the junior. Quayle to serve. It's a nice one to the back line. Kowski set up on that back line there. Right side attack, gets the tip, and it's going to fall. Good work for Mackenzie Tatham. And a whistle here on the serve, and they're going to say Milford was out of position. So a service ace coming for Quayle. So 3-1 lead here early on set number 1 for the Bobcats. Quayle with another serve. That one hits the tape and falls. Back-to-back service aces for the Bobcats and Quayle. Quayle this time going the other way. Kowski sets up Monaco. Dug out by Quayle. From the middle, attack from Marston. This one blocked down, and a point for Plymouth. Good work by Marston once again with the block. Quayle, nice drop inside. And a miscommunication coming with Kraft, and a timeout taken by Milford. We'll take a timeout as well here early on in set number 1. It's Plymouth 6, Milford 1 on the Granite State Sports Network and Pemby Baker TV. Back here out of the first charged timeout to Milford here in set number 1. Hope Quayle, the junior, has been on a tear here serving. dropped a couple of aces in one due to a technicality with the Spartans out of position in their rotation. It was called as soon as it was served, so she'll get credit for a service ace. She matched that up with one right after that. And we also had the help defensively with Marston with the solo block. And this one will be a service error. And a side out for Milford and a big one for them. Sophie Palmer will check in now for the Spartans, the junior. And she will serve. Right. Sullivan. Outside. Marston will get the kill off the hands there of Crosby. And all the momentum right now in favor of Plymouth. Swanson back to serve. Diving, keeps it alive. It's tapped over by the Bobcats. Kraft has it dug out the other way. Middle attack from Plymouth. Williams and a whistle and double contact here on Milford. Uncharacteristic of the Spartans here. Again, if you're just tuning in, both teams enter on 8-match winning streaks. Milford 10-1 overall. Bobcats 10-2 overall. Swanson. Middle set from Toll to the outside and a whistle. And they're going to call a carry here on Plymouth. 8-3 Plymouth lead. Here's set number one. Good crowd inside the gym. Nice serve from Kraft. Toll outside. Mia Sullivan with the attack. Dug out the other way. This one tapped over. To the back line. And Sullivan gets another one. And she's starting to warm up as we expected. Subs in as Tatham will be subbed out. Lisa Poitras, the senior, now in and to serve for the Bobcats. And whistle, and they're going to give it an ace. Poitras with the ace here. And a whistle, and they're going to say out of position again are the Spartans for the second time this set. So back-to-back service aces here for Poitras. And a substitution coming for Milford. Ava Chappelle, the senior, will come into the front line for the Spartans. So a big 11-3 lead here early on for Plymouth. Again, both teams very similar uniform colors. Plymouth on the left side of your screen, Milford on the right. Now the second official, just making sure the rotation is correct. And there's still some confusion. Bobcat fans will hopefully give you an update from boys soccer and their battle with Bow as soon as we get it. Last we knew it was 0-0 late in the second half. So still some confusion on the rotation so far. Look at things. We've seen the great serves by Hope Quayle get things going for Plymouth Regional. They had a side out the other way. A quick block in point coming from Savannah Marston, the senior, in the middle. And then it was a tear of points for Plymouth, currently leading 11-3. We've had two rotational errors here on the Spartans. There's some confusion on the court right now. I want to make sure it's right because, I mean, if this has been messed up in any way, we'll see how far they go back. Maybe this last point will be a replay. We don't know yet. Still waiting to figure out. Coach Mia Malafante trying to make sure she has her Spartan side set. See on the right side of your screen, the far side of the court. The second official, the down official, will check in with the table and make sure that their stats are correct. Look at things after this match. Plymouth has 3 matches remaining in the regular season. Milford will have 4. It appears we are set to go. The point's going to stand, so they're going to take it back and replay it. So it is now 10-3 on a replay. So that last service ace does not count for Poitras. Toll to the middle. Nice dummy there, and it just misses outside from Mia Sullivan. Lily Laurel with the serve. It's a nice one right at Swanson. Outside, and it's too far, but somehow Mia Sullivan able to reach back and get the kill. Be joined shortly by partner here this evening in Elliot Miller. Free ball over. Big swing inside, and a kill there coming from Bassenwaite. Sullivan with a serve. Tarkowski with a nice receive. Right side attack into the net coming for Monaco. So the confusion didn't hamper on the turnover on the side out, I should say, for Plymouth. They now lead 13-4. Sullivan serving. Good eyes to let that one go long, thanks to Palmer. And a whistle in the subs here. Palmer will sub out. Arnaldi will come into the front line, number 23. Floated over on the serve, dug out. Toll in the center attack, and she'll get the kill. All right, momentum on Plymouth's side. There's a couple more points. Wouldn't be surprised if the Spartans take their second time out here early on in set number 1. Dangerous one kept alive. Toll. Outside set coming for Quayle to the back line, and it's dug out nicely by Crosby. Tapped over the net, coming from Unsworth. Middle attack, and it's going to drop. Good work from Marston. Unofficially, Marston with her second kill. Good recovery. This one has to be sent over freely by Crosby. Sullivan to Toll in the middle. Marston, good dig the other way by the Spartans with Crosby. Rally alive, middle set, battled around, somehow avoids double contact against Milford. Outside, and Quayle into the net there. We're going to call 4 touches. So a big side out for the Spartans. Stella Crosby with a serve to the back line. It's kept alive off the hands there of Poitras. Marston finds the back line for the kill. And just like that, so far Milford can't go on any runs at the moment. It's back up to a 10-point lead for Plymouth, 16-6. Aaron Toll back to serve for the Bobcats, the junior. Nice line drive serve right at the hands of Rawl. This one punched by Swanson. Sullivan gets it close enough to the net, but it's a free ball over. And this one hits the net and will land out of play. So a little chink in the armor there to Plymouth here early on in set number 1. Some subs the other way here for the Spartans. Checking in will be Ella Williams. Emma Tronkowski back to serve. One of the stronger setters in all of New Hampshire, especially in Division II. Hard set to the far side, kept alive. Good attack there by Tatham. Just in on the last substitution. Quayle with a free ball over. Crosby. Tronkowski middle set. Kept alive by the Bobcats. This one dug out the other way. Good work by Kraft to the back line, and Monaco keeps it alive. Kraft with the attack, dug out here by Sullivan. Quayle has her attack blocked. Continuation and a miscommunication coming for Plymouth and Tatham and Toll at 16-8. Tronkowski serving right at the hands there of Swanson. Up towards the net. Free attack in the middle, and it's slammed home by Arnaldi. Big line up there from Marston. She can't connect. And here come the Spartans. This one's gonna go long, and the first service error of the evening for Milford. Quayle back to serve. She wanted a tear to start. Early part of this first set, and gets another one. Her third service ace. 18-10. Kowski in the middle. This one with the attack coming from Kraft, kept alive by Plymouth. Sullivan from way outside, and will get the kill. Sullivan's third kill this evening. And we talked about it. Plymouth doing well to try to keep it away from Monaco. Quayle right at Crosby. Tronkowski setting up Kraft on the front line, and Kraft will get the kill the other way. First kill for Kraft here, her 74th of the season. Arnaldi serving. And a whistle, and another violation here on the rotation for Milford. So it'll be a service error against Milford, and Arnaldi for that. So the third rotational error here on Milford, uncharacteristically by the Spartans, as Palmer will check back in. Good receive by Crosby. Middle attack kept alive there by Tatham. Good cover by Swanson, and the return finds it in the far line. Sometimes better to be lucky than good, I guess. And whew, all the momentum in Plymouth's side at the moment, 21-11. And Ash Swanson with a nice serve. The libero here this afternoon. Monaco with the attack. Toll. Right side on a nice rotation for Tatham for the kill. So Tatham able to wrap around and slide out to this right and find that alley open in the middle. Drilled right at Crosby. Center attack. Swanson with a dig. Kept alive by Crosby only for a second, but give the kill once again to Tatham. Her second in a row, third of the evening. And Plymouth 2 points away from taking set number 1. They lead 23-11. Monaco with a nice receive. It's back set for Kraft. Nearly a carry there, a double contact called. And this one on the cross-court attack just misses wide from Sullivan. So I'm kind of surprised Milford didn't take their second timeout earlier on to try to slow the momentum down of Plymouth, but here we sit 23-12. Floated on the serve. Quayle on the receive. Tatham down the line, and will get the kill. Big time swing there, and it's set point for Plymouth. Tatham will sub out now for Poitras, who comes in. Swanson, Toll, middle attack for Bassenwaite. Can't get it to fall. This one punched over. Crosby, outside on the near side for Unsworth, and it's dug out the other way. Close to the line, kept alive though by the Spartans on the right side. Palmed over, free ball attack. Poitras with a nice dig. It's a free ball over. Middle attack for Monaco. Somehow. And it's going to be 4 touches there, so not a kill for Monaco. But good effort coming from Swanson to keep that rally alive only for a moment. Well, they were all will come in for the Spartans and serve. And an ace for her. Off the hands there of Swanson. Cuts it down to a 10-point lead. Bassenwaite with a big kill and a whistle here. And a net violation, and Plymouth will take set number 1, 25-14. We'll step aside to the quick commercial break. When we come back, we'll get you set for set number 2. Plymouth leads 1-0 here on Pemmy Baker TV and the Granite State Sports Network. Back live here inside Plymouth Regional High School, now joined by my partner here this evening in Elliot Miller. And first, Elliot, coming from the boys soccer game, tough loss. Talk us through what happened against Bow here.
Well, we played a great game. Jesse Elderkin, our head coach, was playing against his former high school coach, so it was a nice battle. We were really well prepared, and I'm not going to lie, I thought we played a better game, and that might be a little biased coming from the starting goalie. But yeah, no, we played a really great game, and unfortunately, defender snuck by with about 1:30 left and popped one by me. But no, a great game, and there's no reason we should hang our heads on that. And we have a tough schedule next week with Co-Brown, and that's a big opponent, so we need to turn around and get a win. I think we have a team breakfast tomorrow to discuss and get back in the swing of things. So
we'll turn our attention in here. You joined us for the end of that first set, and what did you take away from both teams with that momentum when you came into the gym?
Well, I walked into the gym, and I instantly could see that feeling, and just from the crowd and everything, and I didn't even have to look at the scoreboard, and I knew Plymouth was up. And I came in, and I watched those girls, flop and dive all over the floor and really not give up. I mean, you saw a few plays that looked like they were dead, and Plymouth just does not give up on those balls. These girls are very persistent. I was talking to a few of them, and they were really excited for this matchup to play Milford, a top-ranked team in the state, as well as Plymouth. But they really want to show that they're above everyone and that they are in that top tier.
And again, Milford does have another match in hand. They've got 4 remaining after this evening. Plymouth with only 3 remaining, and they're still trying to hunt down Guilford. Plymouth still has to play Guilford in a couple of matches, whereas Milford, their only loss this season was against Guilford in the first half of the year in an epic 5-set battle, a 3-2 loss for them. So that could play a factor here down the stretch. But so far, Milford, the number 2 seed, if it finished today. Plymouth, the number 4 seed. And you're right, it's going to be an epic battle the rest of the way. It just seemed as though Milford was a little maybe intimidated by the noise here in the gym and the energy of Plymouth coming out, because they made 3 rotations situational errors for three points for Plymouth in that first set.
It's a long bus ride from Milford, too, and this is a tough gym to play in, not only for volleyball, but in the winter basketball, too. I know some teams do have trouble playing here just because the fans are so passionate and loud, and they do get excited. And these girls truly are, they are top in the state, and this is really showing it.
So we're set to go here. Milford will have the serve. Again, Plymouth took set number 1, 25-14. We're also watching out for, he's got to watch out for Monaco, number 19 for Milford. She's closing in on 500 kills in her career. She's got 1 here tonight, needs 8 more. But Plymouth so far, Elliot, has been able to kind of really take her out of contention and trying to get the attacks the other way so the sets go away from her as we're back underway here in set number 2. Near side, Marston's blocked down. Hadry helping Quayle from behind. Toll, middle set, Marston again, and she's denied. Go outside for Quayle. Spartans on the return over, misses the sticks, and it's out of play. So an early point here for Plymouth.
Right there, you could just see this Plymouth team's chemistry is absolutely off the charts. I mean, and it's such a chemistry-oriented game, and they just play so well together. They're all very tight off the court, and it's great to see them play.
Toll serving, and it's a service error. It's her first one this evening.
Aaron Toll and Hope Quayle, both juniors out there returning next year, as well as Tatham.
Punch and an ace here on the carry.
A little bit of a rocky start there for the Bobcats. If they can play this second set like they played the first one, they'll be all set.
Again, Stella Crosby serving. She entered this match serving 95% of free ball attack there. And it's going to be a kill for Onsworth. But I mean, anytime you have your libero serving over 95%, it makes it easier for your offense to work.
Especially when you have Anya Swanson out there. I know I played against her a couple times in gym class, and when she serves it, it's kind of scary, not going to lie.
Setter attack, kept alive by Sullivan. Toll outside here for Tatham, and it's just going to miss long. A tough one there for Tatham on the attacking error. Crosby for the Spartans to serve. Sullivan with the receive. Toll up top for Tatham. Dug out the other way by Kraft. Crosby from the back line. At the net, and this one's going to land out of play. Tough one there for Savannah Marston to handle.
Tough there for Savannah, but she did a good job to get low and try and make something out of nothing, and that's what this Plymouth team lives off of.
Crosby again to the back line is picking on Sullivan on her serves. Tough set there from Toll. She'll tap it over, and a whistle and a point here to Plymouth on the carry.
Plymouth down by 3 early. Hope Quayle, excellent server. Maybe she can turn around, get a few points here.
Just before you walked in, coming from the soccer game you had, she went on a tear as a second server for Plymouth in that first one. Attack goes long here from the Spartans on that outside, and here comes Plymouth again, trailing by 2 at the moment, 5-3. They lead 1-0 overall. Dog out. Crosby will send it over on the free ball. Toll set it up. Sullivan setting up again. A little floater. She didn't touch that cleanly, but it drops in beyond the block.
Right there, Sullivan went hard at first. Decided to go a little bit soft the second time. Slips right by Milford.
Quayle to the back line, right at Kraft. Drakowski, little middle attack there from Unsworth. Back the other way, and a big reach from Marston for the kill. Oh my.
Right there, you can see those 3 girls up front, Savannah Marston, Mackenzie Tatham, and Mia Sullivan, all three of them can kill the ball, literally.
The fact that Marston was able to reach back so far and get power and still keep that on the back line is very impressive. Monaco gets a piece of it somehow, had to correct herself midair. Free ball over from Monaco. Sullivan, Marston, and both teams a little sloppy here in this rally. Whistle here, they're going to call a net violation on Plymouth. So it was going to hit no matter what coming for Unsworth, number 5, but they will blow the whistle before it lands for the net violation.
Plymouth went on a little bit of a roll there, got themselves back in this one, only down by 1, and do have the 1-0 lead. See if they can turn it around here.
Rakowski with another nice serve to the back line. And this attack into the net from Plymouth. Tough one there for Marston on the outside.
Looking a little bit more sloppy out there in this second set.
You wonder with how much energy, and you commented on that at the beginning of this second set when we came out of the commercial break, is you felt that energy early on. You wondered if Plymouth used too much too early.
Yeah, and maybe Milford can use that to their advantage, and you know they are behind now, and so that adrenaline's starting to kick in for those girls, and they're really starting to go away with this one up by 3 here.
Attacking error there on Sullivan on the outside. She'll go again. Crosby with a dig. Tronkowski with a setter attack. Tatham going to the back corner. Kraft keeps it alive on the rally. Unsworth blocked down. Good work. They'll give a block assist to Tatham and Marston.
Right there, Savannah Marston using her size and long arms to her advantage. That's her specialty right there. Both her and Sullivan, excellent defenders right up against the net.
Marston subs out. Swanson now serving the libero.
Swanson, another excellent server.
And a whistle and an ace here for her. So we talk about it. I believe it's her second one here this evening. Not correction, just her first.
She's a 4-year letter winner too. This is her 4th year on the varsity team.
And another one here as this one on the return misses the sticks.
Right there, great job by Swanson. Plymouth find themselves even with Milford now. Tied at 8.
Kowski for Monaco. And a whistle and another net violation here on Plymouth. No kill there, and that's tough for Monaco. Talking with their head coach, and Malafonte, she was saying, trying not to tell her that she's closing in. Her family knows. Plymouth knows if she is able to hit that here, there will be a little quick ceremony. Is this attack? Good work there from Bassenway in the middle.
Plymouth doing a great job of making sure that doesn't happen, though.
You talked about it. Yes, it could have been a point to her, but it's negated because of the net violation, so. Again, we've got unofficial stats up here. We don't see what's happening with the table, and we'll keep an eye on the bench for Milford on every one of her attacks. Back in here, Poitras will get the point here on the fingertip, so she'll get an ace. Her second one.
Alicia Poitras, another 4-year letter winner for the Bobcats. These experienced seniors are huge for this team. Plymouth trying to make a mini comeback here.
Big block in the middle. Bassenway, I think, gets the block solo. She had all of that one.
Plymouth up front really takes advantage of those 2 tall girls up there and pair them together to really make sure that nothing gets by those 2. Whether it's Marston and Sullivan or Bassenway and Tatham, whoever it is, seem to get the job done.
Ava Chappelle, number 22, checking in for Milford. A timeout on the court. We'll take a timeout as well here in set number 2. Plymouth has stormed back and has taken a lead. It's 11-9 Bobcats here on GSSN and Pemby Baker TV. So back here out of the timeout taken by Milford, their first charged timeout here in set number 2. And Elliott, looking at both teams, Plymouth down early on, have come back now, have their 2-point lead. Milford back in 4th. What are you seeing here in set number 2 that's impressed you about both sides?
Well, the thing with the Bobcats is they looked a little bit unorganized coming out for that second set, and you kind of saw once Anya Swanson and Mia Sullivan and all those senior leaders out there, and right now you can see them, they're having fun. They really helped turn it around, and I think the other girls followed, whereas on the Milford side, started off strong, got a little bit weaker, but if they can be persevering here, no reason they can't come back, as they just got Plymouth gets another point there.
Yeah, it's a tough one. It's an attacking error on Chappelle. Good attack coming from Poitras. Middle there, and Williams outside. Sullivan dug out the other way. Free ball over thanks to the hands of Palmer. Toll on the slide attack, and just keeping out of the net there is Bassenwaite, running into the padding for the post and gets the kill.
And right there, that's the future. Bassenwaite, only a young sophomore coming in. One of the few on the team. She'll be the leader for the next 2 years for this Bobcat team.
And Monaco on the attack, dug out by Poitras. Outside here, and it's a big kill for Mia Sullivan. Her 5th.
Right there, that was what I was talking about. That power that Sullivan and Marston have with those long arms. Just to smack it.
Tough one here on the service error from Poitras, but it's what we talked about in the pregame show, is if Plymouth can get Mia Sullivan going and get her comfortable on the outside, she is a big factor, despite Plymouth needing to play defense a lot against Milford, which they've done so here this afternoon.
Oh, when she's on, she's by far the most dangerous player on this team. Her and Swanson combined are a very dangerous duo. You have Swanson, who's an excellent server. You have Sullivan coming back here, looks like to serve.
A service error there on Monaco. So 5-point lead now for Plymouth. Their biggest one here this set. Outside for Kraft. Swanson digs it out. Toll up front, free ball over by Plymouth. Tronkowski, middle attack coming here for Arnaldi. And a whistle and a point here to the Spartans on the double contact.
This one sets a little more tighter than the first one. 4-point difference here. Bobcats starting to run away with it a little bit. They seem to be more confident after that timeout.
You talked about Plymouth wanting to make a statement against one of the top teams, not only in Division II, but all of the state of New Hampshire. And they're doing so. Bassenwaite from the opposite side will get it to fall on the poor dig.
You can tell Milford's a little bit confused. I don't really know what hit him out there. I don't think they expected this Plymouth team to be as good as they are.
You take nothing away from Milford. They have been outstanding at times. Great dig, and a big kill from Marston in the middle. There was a beautiful receive there from Crosby, but just set up Marston, and her eyes must have been like saucers on that kill.
Savannah Marston right there, and with another nice kill. Bassenwaite back.
Goes right at the hands of Warall, and this one from the outside will fall from Arnaldi, and she will get the kill. Her second one unofficially here tonight. So Kraft back to serve, 17-12 lead for Plymouth.
Milford's gonna have to get back in this soon.
Kept alive, it might have gone out of play. Tough one there, and a big outside dig for Sullivan. Kept alive by the Spartans, but it will fall out of play. And it looks as though a little bit of Swanson a little shaken up with the elbows, making that play on the far side on that serve there.
I like that aggressiveness by Swanson, though. I don't necessarily know if it's going out, and if you can get it over to Milford, make them run around a little bit and cause some chaos.
And a good attack there from Unsworth on the outside. It's her second kill.
Milford getting back in the win column there for a little bit.
Tronkowski has been so strong on sets. Entered again today with 118 on the season. Big attack from Tatham in the kill. So she now has 5 kills.
Tatham had a nice angle on that to just knock it right off of her hand so that it deflected down. See, Plymouth's got their 3 bigs up front now.
Quayle with a nice serve to Crosby. Middle attack. Monaco is blocked. And it's going to be a point here for Plymouth thanks to Savannah Marston.
Marston having a day for the Bobcats. Seen a couple nice kills for her. A few good blocks.
And a service error here on Quayle, her second service error. Does have 3 service aces, so she's at least hitting in the positive. So sub coming in now for the Spartans. Be Ella Williams, the junior. Tronkowski with a nice serve. Toll outside for Sullivan, and she'll get another kill. Make that 6 now for Sullivan. Boy, she's having a great match.
Her and Marston both up front. 2 talented players, could possibly play at the collegiate level. I know Sullivan is looking to.
Crosby keeps it alive. Tronkowski has to send the free ball over. Toll. Middle attack here, blocked down. Good work from Monaco on the block, number 19.
Little bit of life here for Milford. Plymouth at 21 though. It's going to be a tough one for Milford to get back in this second set.
Unsworth serving. 21-15 the scoreline here in set number 2. Plymouth leads 1-0 overall, and what a big kill coming from Mia Sullivan. So much power.
Plymouth bench is a little bit shocked at how hard she hits that. And I know some of the girls, I was watching some film with them earlier this week, and they continually are impressed with how much speed the ball comes off her hand with.
It's faster than some of the serves I've seen at the collegiate level this season. And a whistle and a net violation here on Plymouth. Their 4th one here this match. So they're going to call it on Bassenwaite. Monaco back to serve.
Bassenwaite, just a young sophomore, still learning this varsity level and intensity. But this is a great group of girls to do that with.
And this one's going to be tapped out of play off the hands there of Milford and Williams. Just like that, 23-16 here in set number 2. Plymouth threatening to go up 2-0. Sullivan with a nice serve to the back line. Good receive coming from Palmer. Crosby on the free ball over. Toll on the center attack. Kept alive by the Spartans. Miscommunication. And this one sent out of play. And it's going to be set point here for the Bobcats.
Milford's going to have their work cut out for them, as it looks like the Bobcats will come away with this one. Have a 2-0 lead.
Arnoldi with the attacking error. This one is going to be sailed long from Sullivan. First service error on her this evening. And a big side out there for Milford. We're all with a nice serve to the back line the other way for the Spartans. Bassenwaite from the opposite side for the kill, as Plymouth will take set number 2 and lead it 2-0 here. And we'll see if they can complete this sweep. We'll step aside, quick commercial break. When we come back, set number 3 here on GSSN and Pemmy Baker TV. Back here live inside Plymouth Regional High School, Dan Salzer alongside Elliot Miller. And Elliot, we look at this and we know how strong Milford has been, not only this year, but in years past. Plymouth really emerging as a power in Division II, but no one thought it was going to be 2-0 Plymouth here early on in this match, going into a decisive third set.
No, I don't even think the girls knew that. Talking to them in the hallways and stuff, and just having some conversations, that they knew that this was going to be a tough match. And I think both teams are a little bit surprised that it's 2-0. I didn't think Milford expected the Bobcats to be this dominant, and I don't think the Bobcats expected them to be this dominant either. I thought they would have a tough task in Milford coming in, but they haven't really challenged them very much so far.
Yeah, it looks as though Milford really needs to pick out. They've seen them, or we have seen them attack Sullivan on serves. She's done well receiving. They might have to go to a different target, maybe try to get that front line activated a little bit for Plymouth on their serves, try to drop some in over the net. But tonight, they've been very aggressive. Everything's been with power on serves. The other way, Plymouth just needs to stay calm and try to control here in this third set and not try to get too overhyped.
You do have to remember this Milford team is still a top-ranked team in the state, and they're going to be perseverant. Even though if they're down 2-0, they're still going to come back, and I'd be surprised if they came away with a sweep. I expect Milford to take at least one set here.
If not, push it to 5. We've seen them push Guilford to 5 earlier this season. Again, Milford, 4 matches remaining after today. They still have to take on Oyster River in a big matchup at home, though. They'll be at Hanover on the 16th, then Oyster River the next day before wrapping up their season at Kingswood on the 22nd and then home against St. Thomas on the 25th. The other way as we get set for the third set. So we're underway here. Toll nearly had an ace. Get Plymouth's upcoming schedule in just a moment. Free ball attack, but a whistle here as they're going to say Plymouth was over the net there. Tough one for Marston, but we look at Plymouth after today. They've got 2 more road games out of their final 3. They're at Hanover on the 18th, home against Guilford, so home court advantage there on the 22nd before traveling down to Co-Brown at Northwood Academy on the 24th to wrap up their regular season. So not an easy stretch for them here in the final weeks.
Well, and you point out that Guilford game, it's also their senior night, and these seniors play such a huge role in this team. Then they're hungry to, they want a home playoff game and a bye, and they're going to be hungry for that win as it could be their last one on this court.
Quayle with a serve here, right at Crosby. Tronkowski middle set, and the attack coming from Rinaldi. Again, this time going from on the attack there is Unsworth. And she will get the kill.
Right there, like you mentioned before this third set, Milford kind of just blooping it over the net as Plymouth is expecting those hard strikes.
Free ball at the net. Tapped over, though, by Plymouth.
Still attacking Sullivan on those serves.
Oh, and a big kill from Unsworth, and she's starting to heat up. That's her 4th kill.
Nice try by Anya Swanson, trying to make something out of nothing.
Stella Crosby serving, the sophomore for the Spartans. It's a beautiful serve that hits the tape. Free ball over. Tronkowski for Monaco, and her attack misses wide and right.
She looks a little frustrated out there. Perhaps knows that that milestone is in the horizon.
Well, she was told, no one told her, from what we understand from the coaching staff and the players, they wanted to keep it a secret to try to keep her focused on this match, so maybe word has gone out to her. And you're right, she's trying to reach back for a lot of these, and this one goes long on the attack. Swanson to the back line, beautiful receive, middle set, and it goes to Unsworth on the near side. Close battle at the net. Tatham gets it over. Middle attack for Monaco. It's dug out, but she's going to get the kill. Second one unofficially here tonight. So she's 7 away from 500. Williams will come back in now for Milford. She'll check into the front line. Tronkowski with a nice serve. In the middle. Tatham in a battle there with Bassenwaite. Bassenwaite had the attack. Tatham over to Sullivan, and Sullivan gets another kill. Make that now 8 here this evening.
You give it to Sullivan in the corner, and she spikes it down. The other team really has no chance. She's great at finding some empty space with incredible speed as well.
Poitras will come in and now serve for Tatham. Leads cut down to 1, 5-4 in favor of the Spartans here in set number 3. Plymouth with a big block. Bassenwaite there, and Sullivan, I think it was all Bassenwaite on the block. Her second block solo here this evening. All square at 5. Monaco tipped at the net, kept alive by Plymouth. Sullivan will send it over. Turkowski on the nice set, but it's back over the other way. Turkowski setting up Monaco. She's blocked down by Bassenwaite. Her third block solo, a second in a row here for Plymouth. And that's showing the height advantage.
Plymouth, some big girls out on that court. Some of them, 6 inches taller than me.
And a whistle and double contact called here on Williams. So Plymouth is trailing again early on for the second set in a row. Now has a 2-point lead, 7-5. Good coverage and tough one there. Monaco couldn't get out of the way of Williams. Williams with a tremendous effort here on the near side, but the point will fall for Plymouth. Timeout taken by Milford, their first one here in set number 3. We'll step aside as well here in this decisive third set. It's Plymouth 8, Milford 5, here on the Granite State Sports Network and Pemmy Baker TV. Back here inside Plymouth Regional High School. Plymouth has stormed back, now have a 3-point lead, 8-5. And being in a pressure situation, Elliot, how does Plymouth just kind of control their emotions here the rest of the way?
Oh, well, right now you can see them. They're out there having fun. They're, a tight group of girls. And so I think they just need to relax and keep playing their A game. Milford's starting to show some signs of frustration.
There's an ace here for Poitras. Her third service ace this evening.
Plymouth with a 4-point lead.
Milford just needs a big side out here. Monaco on the attack and will get the kill. Her third.
One more closer to 500 for her.
6 to go for her, and her fan base here on the just off to her right trying to cheer her on. And if she can get into a groove, watch out. She's going to be a force to be reckoned with here in the latter part of this match. Toll almost sends it over.
A little bit of a miscommunication there on Plymouth.
Monaco finds Quayle on the dig. Middle attack, and it's going to go long. Attacking error on Bassenwaite. I believe her first attacking error here this evening.
Giving Milford a chance to get back in this one. Only a 2-point game.
Toll. Outside for Sullivan. That's into the net on the attack. So the touch there is 4 on Plymouth. And this is the momentum that Milford really needs here in the third set, and they're taking full advantage of it.
A little bit of an uncharacteristic miss by Sullivan right there. It looked like she was a little hesitant on that one.
Gets the attack there. Dug out, though, the other way by Unsworth. Toll back over to Sullivan on the outside. It gets the kill in the lane.
I guess I spoke too soon right there. She comes back and proves me wrong.
9 kills for Mia Sullivan here this evening unofficially. 10-8. Plymouth leading here in set number 3, lead 2-0 overall. Sullivan with a beautiful serve at Palmer. Monaco with a big kill! And she is heating up here. That's 4 kills for her.
And that's one thing the Bobcats do not want to see is her start to heat up. She's been quiet all night.
She needs 5 more now for Monaco for her 500th kill in her career. Toll, back set to the near side. They're going to say it landed a play. Plymouth thought it was touched at the net, but tough one there for Bassenwaite.
It's go time now for the Bobcats. Milford back in this one. It's knotted up at 10. And Monaco's starting to get heated up.
But a tough one there. Monaco with a service error. She'll be subbed out. It's her second service error here this evening, but she rattled off 3 big kills and points there for Milford in that rally. Kowski here for Kraft. Good dig coming from Bassenwaite. Marston's dug out the other way by Palmer on the free ball over to the back line for Toll in the setter attack. Middle one here. Trying to see who that was. That was Arnaldi. And dropped in. Quayle with a kill.
Nice job by Quayle just to pop that one right over the net and softly lands on the gym floor for the Bobcats. They take a 2-point lead.
Bassenwaite serving, and nearly an ace, and it will fall for an ace. Her first one this evening.
Right
7 service aces here for Plymouth.
Monaco on the bench. Milford looking a little bit more unorganized out there.
Near side for Kraft. Dog out though by Poitras. And a block in the middle. Big one coming from Arnaldi.
Anya Swanson coming back on for Bassenwaite. Plymouth with their starting lineup out there.
Sub in the other way. Lily Warley, or Warall I should say, with now serving. Just checking in. Serve right at Sullivan. Outside. Marston with a big kill on the outside for her 5th kill.
Right there, that's how the Bobcats are going to run away with this one, is trying to send it to that far corner with Marston or Sullivan over there, or even Tatham too. And they can send it home for the kill.
Talk about Tatham just checking back in now for Poitras. Toll with a beautiful serve. And a setting error there on Tronkowski. A point to Plymouth. They're back up by 4, 15-11 here in set number 3. Crosby with another great receive. Attack from Tronkowski. The return is out of play.
Milford being very perseverant in this one, not necessarily letting Plymouth run away with it, but they're running out of time here, 15-12.
Unsworth comes back into the front line for Palmer. For the Spartans. Quayle with a nice receive. Toll, middle set here, and a big kill for Marston once again. She has been so strong in the middle. Make that kill a number 6.
And Milford's specialist in kills, Monaco, still on the bench.
Okay, just try to find a rotation. Expect her to be only up front. Unsworth down the line. Kept alive on the rally by Plymouth. Tough set towards the net. Sullivan gets it over. Back corner. Quayle has it off the hands. It's going to be a kill there from Arnaldi, her 3rd kill. So a big side out for Milford, and here it is. Monaco back in. Toll. Big touch there at the net, and a point here for Milford on the 4 touches.
Milford starting to climb back in it. Like we said, very perseverant team. Monaco is still out there on the front line.
5-point leads at 15-10 is cut down to 2, 16-14. Sullivan can't keep it alive, was frustrated with her teammates a little bit, and Plymouth needs to stay composed. They're starting to little chirp at each other, and this is where Milford's coming back here in this 3rd set.
Milford, they're very focused, you can just tell. Plymouth starting to get a little bit chirpy.
Marston from the opposite side. And a big dig, kept alive. It hit the ceiling, but it continues. Marston nearly got attack in the middle. Monaco gets the kill. She now needs 4. She's got 5 here this evening. Can she get it here in this 3rd set? We're tied at 16. Swanson with a nice receive. Outside. Mia Swanson with a kill off the block.
And right there, that's the Bobcats' favorite play. You see them send it to that corner all the time.
10 kills for Mia Swanson. So far, looking like our Bobcat player of the game.
Bobcats only up by 1 though in this set.
Kept alive. Sullivan there. Big block in the middle. And I give it to Monaco and Unsworth.
Monaco's starting to look like the player she can be out there. Seen her have a couple of nice kills, as well as a good block right there.
See Williams check back into the front line now for the Spartans. Quayle with the receive. Swanson to Sullivan. Crosby gets a touch on it, kept alive, but it'll be freely sent over. This one's going to go long, and a point here for Plymouth, and they'll take the lead back 18-17, so back and forth we go here in set number 3.
Bobcats doing a good job of keeping their heads in this one. The senior leadership is really carrying this team.
Poitras on the serve at Crosby. Trankowski is trying to set up Unsworth. She's blocked in the net. Rally stays alive. Bassenwaite reaching back for that attack. Monaco on the front line. It's going to get the kill. She sits at .497 in her career.
3 away. See this fan section getting a little bit ready. They got their cameras out.
Izzy Unsworth with a serve. I would be too right now if I wasn't calling. This one off the roof, kept alive, but a miscommunication there with Crosby and Trankowski, and a point to Plymouth, and we're stake tied at 18.
This set's really going back and forth.
19-18, my apology.
Set's really going back and forth. No one has really had a comfortable lead here.
I mean, it was 5 we talked about, but we wouldn't say that it's comfortable by any means with these two top teams in Division 2.
Not with these two teams, definitely not.
But an ace here for Plymouth. And Mia Sullivan. What hasn't she done here this evening?
She's a great all-around player, great leader, very quiet girl, but she's very fierce out on the volleyball court. I haven't seen her play too much.
We'll step aside, quick commercial break here. Plymouth 5 points away from victory. So Plymouth 5 points away from victory. They lead 20-18 here in set number 3 over second-ranked Milford in Division 2 here in the state of New Hampshire in girls varsity volleyball. So far, Plymouth is control. They took set number 1 25-14, set number 2 25-17, and it's been a battle here so far. Elliott here in set number 3.
See if Sullivan can get them off to a good start, get some momentum on their side.
And Monaco is dug out. Again, Milford has now used both of their timeouts here this set. They can't stop it the rest of the way. Kraft with a big attack. Great dig by Swanson the other way, and it's Bassenwaite for the kill.
Right there, that's the teamwork the Bobcats can have and the team chemistry. Swanson goes down to the ground, making a great play. Sends it up to the bigs to take it home.
Near ace again. This one blocked by Bassenwaite. Her 4th block solo against Milford here this evening. And Plymouth 3 points from victory.
Plymouth this late in the game, starting to run away with it a little bit. A 4-point lead in Sullivan serving.
Right at Crosby. They've been attacking her since set number 1. Kraft from the outside. Toll. Quayle, her attacks into the net. Her first attacking error here this evening for Plymouth, and a big side out there for Milford.
Gabby Monaco serving now. Milford star out there.
Toll. Middle set, and Bassenwaite gets another kill. Her 4th from the middle.
Great awareness by Bassenwaite to just go up and tap that one over and not try and send it home, as Milford was ready for that hard kill.
The magic number is 2. Crosby. Trankowski to the middle, set. Unsworth couldn't get it to fall. Big the other way, that one's off a foot. Free ball for Marston. This attack was gonna go just long. 2 beautiful opportunities for Plymouth, but they couldn't stuff it home.
Milford starting to creep back into this one slowly.
Williams will be subbed out. Laurent will come in and now serve for the Spartans. Right at Poitras. Marston finds a wide open middle of the court, and it's match point for Plymouth. Marston with her 7th kill. No timeouts remaining for Milford, and Plymouth with a chance to win it. And that's got the fan base fired up here inside the gymnasium.
Jonathan Van Scooter over there trying to get his team, telling them they have 1 more point to go.
Toll on the serve. This one tipped down, and it's going to fall in the middle attack there from Arnaldi.
Milford not giving up.
Unsworth will check back in now, taking out Palmer. And an ace here for Milford. And this is the momentum they desperately needed.
Plymouth still one away from that win, but Milford's starting to creep up. 22-24. See if Plymouth can send it home here.
Kraft with that service ace. She'll go again. Free ball over. Kraft racing up to take the dig. Unsworth from the outside. Kept alive here. Sullivan, free ball over. Tronkowski, middle set. And a point for Milford. And they've closed the gap down.
23-24. Plymouth letting them sneak back into this one.
Arnaldi with her 4th kill. Clayley, she's the target right now, and all the serves coming from the Spartans. Free ball over. Tronkowski outside. Unsworth kept alive by Plymouth. Middle attack, and it's blocked. And where is it? No signal yet, and it's going to fall just inside the line for Milford, and we're tied at 24.
Milford being perseverant, as I was talking about, without their star in Monaco. And that one will go long.
Oh no, it's a service ace! Just catching the back line there is Kraft. What a beauty of a server, second service ace.
Plymouth not knowing what hit them. They were 1 point away at one point.
And it's a ace again, and Milford takes set number 3, 26-24, and we will extend it here, so Plymouth very close to capping off an unprecedented sweep. Then Milford, with all the momentum on their side, will step aside. Quick commercial break. We'll get Elliot's thoughts on that third set in just a moment. So back here live inside Plymouth Regional High School, an epic comeback, Elliot, for Milford. And what are your takeaways from that really crazy third set?
Well, before, when Plymouth was 1 point away from their victory, I saw Coach Jonathan Van Scooter call his team over and just said one thing, and I mentioned, they still have 1 point to play, and Milford took advantage of that and came back. And it was that perseverance is quite incredible, and they're giving their stud Gabby Monaco an opportunity to get her 500th kill.
Talk about Monaco, and a shout out to Paul and Mary Ellen Monaco, watching in Italy right now. Thank you for staying up and watching your granddaughter play. She's so close to her milestone, and a big start here for Milford and the Spartans.
No, and that's one thing that's on Milford's side is momentum, for sure. This Plymouth team's going to have to win that back.
Once again, it's Kraft on the serves here for Milford, and she's finished off that streak in that third set. She's starting off strong here for Milford. They're up 2-0.
Good early lead for Milford. Plymouth got to battle back. We saw them do that in the second set.
Sullivan on the outside, she's blocked, gets a piece of it, and it's going to hit the official, and a 3-0 start here for Milford.
Bobcat team thought they had it in the bag, it seems like. Don't know what hit them, as they are still up 2-1 to Milford.
Free attack there. Sullivan with the help of the tape. Unsworth with a beautiful dig. She's set up on the attack and gets the kill. Her 5th kill.
Milford taking a 4-0 lead on the Bobcats. The cheering section's a little quieter now.
Kraft with a beautiful serve. Toll to the middle, and pass away and attack into the net, and a tough one there. But Plymouth just needs to, it seems like they just need to settle down, rely on their defense. We talked about it with head coach Jonathan Van Scooter going into this week's matchup, and just focusing heavily on their defense against a very aggressive offensive side of Milford who can attack you from anywhere on the court.
Still going to Sullivan on the serves, though, trying to get her to...
Unsworth blocked down, and a point there for Plymouth. Great work coming from Tatham.
Let's see if Plymouth can use that to their advantage, get a few points here, and put some momentum back on the Bobcats' side. Down by 4 here early in this one. Don't want to get that lead get too much bigger.
Kraft with the receive. Tronkowski with the center attack. Sullivan will get the kill. Sullivan with another one.
Right there, senior Mia Sullivan coming up big for those girls. She lights a fire, and that team follows.
She now has 11 and an ace here.
That's the momentum I was talking about. Bobcats trying to restore it on their side. Put the final nail in the coffin for Milford.
9 service aces for Plymouth will get you. Milford's got to be up there as well. In just a minute, Unsworth will attack down the line, kept alive by Swanson. Basson, wait! With a little push in the back from Sullivan, finds the back corner. Uncharacteristic on the attack, but it works. Her 5th kill.
Plymouth starting to come back. Right here, they're starting to get their swagger again.
To the back line, it's a beautiful drop in there. Almost a knuckler just died over the net. Toll for Sullivan, unleashes fury and dug out by Crosby.
Great play by Crosby.
Oh no,
right
how
there.
she got it. Basson waits blocked, kept alive, battle at the net. This one's touchdown for a Spartans kill. Good work from, trying to see who that was. I think it was Unsworth, number 5, and it is.
Great job right there by Crosby. Certainly looked to me that Sullivan had the point there. She did a nice job of keeping that one alive.
Crosby with a floater. Swanson with a nice receive. Free ball doesn't get over though. So a 3-point lead for Milford again. It's 7-4 here in set number 4. Plymouth leads 2-1 overall. An attack from Bassenway in the middle. Gets it down.
Bassenway does a nice job of reading whether those hands are up above the net and if it will be blocked, and taps it just to the left of that wall. Gets the point for Plymouth.
Mia Sullivan, right at Crosby, up to the front, and an error there, ball handling error on Milford. They'll call 4 touches instead, but still.
It's like a little miscommunication between Monaco and her teammate there.
There's a tough set towards the net, though. Not much they could do. Sullivan with another great serve and a whistle. Double contact here in the Spartans. And just like it's the 3rd set in a row, Elliot, where Plymouth went down early in a set and have stormed back and we're tied at 7.
Yeah, we saw in that last set, though, no team can get too comfortable. Plymouth 1 point away from the whole sweep. Milford battling back for this 4th set.
Good dummy there in Monaco on the attack. Dug out by Quayle. Quayle sent up here on the outside, and the attack's into the net and a point here for the Spartans.
Call 4 touches right there.
Shout out to Milford's head coach's brother, named Chip Malafonte, watching in, cheering on his sister and her squad. Bassenway with a free ball over. Unsworth set up. She's dug out. Nearly into the net was her, but the rally continues. Tronkowski with a center attack. Bassenway with a setup, and they're going to call it in. Oh my, that one missed, and they're going to give the point to Plymouth. And that's tough here in high school, Elliot, because you don't have officials down on the line. Oh.
Milford coach trying to argue if there's a ball mark there. That one sure looked to be out to me.
That was definitely out from our vantage point. Tough one there for the Spartans, an attack in the middle, and a point to Plymouth.
You know what, though? A good team takes what the refs give you, and they turn it into something. And right there, Plymouth turning around, not really thinking about anything about the bad call, and getting another point. And they're really trying to send Milford home here.
Their first lead, if I'm not mistaken, here in the 4th set, thanks to Aaron Toll in that kill on the opposite side, and a block in the middle. Once again, coming off the hands of Marston.
Savannah Marston, Mia Sullivan have been great up front today. Sullivan especially doing it all for the Bobcats.
Great serve to the back line. Here comes Monaco! And just missing on the line. Tough one there.
With the biggest lead of this set so far for the Bobcats, 3 points.
Williams with the receive. It goes over on the free ball, and setting error in the double contact here on Toll, and a point to Milford. Great action here in Plymouth, New Hampshire. Plymouth Regional High School here in NHIAA Division II volleyball action. Two of the top teams in the division battling it out here. Toll, pattern attack blocked, free over. Good communication from both teams here for the most part this evening, and believe Williams gets the kill, and she does. Number 26.
Unlucky bounce right there for Plymouth. Marston went up for the block. Quayle couldn't get the rebound.
Good attack there from Unsworth on the serve. It was aggressive. Crosby with a great dig. She's going to send this over, but miss wide.
A few misses for her so far in this one.
Again, both teams looking for their 11th match win of the season. Both teams entered today's match on 8-match winning streaks. Trying to stay in the hunt for the number 1 seed. See if Guilford will drop a set. This attack from Kraft on the outside goes long.
Milford team seems to be a little bit anxious, hitting the ball a little bit too hard, a little bit too far. Plymouth seems to be much more zoned in.
Great serve and the ace there for Erin Toll. Her first service ace of the evening.
There you saw another muffed ball there by Crosby. See if Toll can continue this little streak here.
14-10 lead for Plymouth. Lana Crosby, another great receive. Right side attack, and it's Monaco catching the back line with an absolute screamer. She's 2 away from 500.
Right there, absolute beautiful kill by Monaco, just getting in, touching the red line.
Wait for the ball to be returned to the court.
Milford having some fun out there. Looks like playing a little footsie together.
But that's what they need to do is keep it light. We saw Plymouth do in the first 3 sets. They've got to keep the energy light.
Not too light, though. We saw Plymouth a little bit too light towards the end of that 3rd set.
Very good point, and a great block in the middle. Once again, coming off the hands there of Rinaldi.
Milford's within 2 here.
Monaco, great jump serve at Quayle. Tatham with the outside attack and the kill.
Plymouth 10 away.
15-12, both teams with both of their timeouts remaining here.
Stay with it, Plymouth. Stay with it.
Crosby talking with the number 1 official, making sure that the captains are right. Quayle with a floater over the net. Setter attack there, kept alive by Plymouth. Gronkowski's done well as setter here. Free ball over, and it's a kill in the middle once again for Plymouth. Savannah Marston now has 8.
Marston up front, showing she can be very dangerous, especially right now with that 3 pairing and a timeout right there.
Yeah, first timeout for Milford. We'll take a timeout as well here in set number 4. It's Plymouth 16, Milford 12. You're watching Bobcat Volleyball here on Granite State Sports Network and Pemmy Baker TV. Back here with the Bobcats leading by 4 and Elliott. What does Milford need to do to get back? You know, it's not, I really can't say get back into the set because they are. It's only 4 points. But what do they need to do to take this 4th set victory and push it to 5?
Well, I think 2 key players are Crosby and Monaco. You saw Crosby's had a few muffed opportunities right there and a few services that have gone a little too long, and she's key. And Monaco, if she can be the player she can, I don't see why they could not force that decisive 5th match.
Sullivan dug out by Crosby. Gronkowski setting up Kraft, and she's blocked down for the points. Marston, and give another assist as well to Tatham.
Milford down by 5. No reason to get down on themselves. They've had one comeback already.
Setter attack. Quayle was ready for it. Marston's blocked. And here come the Spartans. Arnaldi again with another solo block. It's her third.
If I'm Plymouth, I would start to mix in some soft touches in there. You know, if you always go for the kill, the other team's going to expect that and go up and make that wall and always going to get it. We've seen Bassingwaite a couple of times knock it over. See if Marston can key in on that.
That's a great call too, because it's like a pitcher in baseball. You're throwing gas every time. If you go to that off speed, it throws the timing off, and that's the point. Is another, they're going to say it fall. No, it doesn't fall over. They're going to say it was touched over the net there by Arnaldi. Tough one there for Milford to take, but you're right. If you can throw off the timing just a hair of those blocks, it's going to open up so much more of the court for your attacks.
Marston on the bench now. I'm sure Van Scooter will mention that to her.
Swanson with the ace. Her third one.
Swanson, an excellent server, probably one of the best in the state. Plymouth the 6-point lead, and 6 is the magic number. And Swanson sends that one long.
Stay with it, Plymouth. Stay with it.
So a big side out here for Milford. It's 19-14 in favor of the Bobcats. Tatham on the opposite side is blocked, and it's going to be touchdown of play. A point here to the Spartans.
Back and forth battle. Looks like it took Milford a little bit to the first 2 sets to get warmed up, but they're not giving up now.
Kraft with another great serve. Free ball over from Bassingwaite. Trukowski to the outside, and a big kill from Unsworth. Oh my, she's got 6. This is feeling already like an instant classic in Division II.
It's keeping me on the edge of my seat.
Floated and just hitting the tape and falling back in. A service error there on Kraft, and a tough one for her. She's been serving brilliantly here this evening.
Plymouth 5 points away here. Doesn't mean much though. They blew that lead, and they're 1 point away from sending Milford home.
Setter attack. Kept alive by Plymouth. Outside for Mia Sullivan. Crosby on the dig. Crosby set up on the back line. Again, has a libero who can't attack it over the net. Has to stay pretty much planted on the ground. And floated over. Pumped back by Bassingwaite. Unsworth couldn't get the kill. And this one's going to go long from Crosby.
Good job by Quayle to let that one through. She was almost tempted to step in front. Magic number for Plymouth is 4 here. Waitress is serving.
Another great one from Poitras. Tronkowski with a good set there. She'll set again. Unsworth kept alive by the Bobcats, but a whistle and a point to Milford. They say that Toll was over the line under the net. She crossed over that plane. And it's 21-17.
Series of nice couple of blocks there by the Bobcats. Still 4 points to go. Milford not far behind though.
Sullivan unloads on one. It was tipped by Monaco at the net. Unsworth will get the kill.
A little bit of frustration right there by Alicia Poitras. She called Aaron Toll off there. Toll knocks it out of bounds. Milford within 3.
This is where Milford gets back into it, when Plymouth starts to argue with themselves a little bit. Crosby on the floater over the net. Up to Sullivan, gets the kill on the cross-court attack.
Right there, Plymouth back in, and it's all smiles for them.
12 kills for Mia Sullivan, and her team is 3 points away from victory once again.
That's one thing, to play the sport, you gotta be, it's an emotional roller coaster, and you gotta be mentally tough. Plymouth 3 points away, and that's no comfortable lead for this Milford team.
Great serve from Sullivan. Crosby with a good receive. She'll send it over freely. Toll setting the middle for Bassenwaite. Dug out, but it's going to fall for the kill. Bassenwaite with her 7th kill. And the magic number is 2.
Bassenwaite's really impressed me here tonight as just a young sophomore. We've seen her really switch it up sometimes, and she's done an excellent job here.
And this one somehow is returned over. Great work from Milford. Blocked down by Monaco, and a point here on the carry. So no kill for her. She still has 2 from our calculations. She sits at 498 kills in her high school career. 23-19 the score.
If they can extend this to a 5th set, I don't see no reason why she won't be reaching that
But it's a service error there, and another match point for Plymouth Regional. Milford still has 1 timeout remaining, and they're going to call it here. So Plymouth with a chance for victory once again. Here in the timeout, we'll step aside one more time. It's Plymouth Regional 24, Milford 19 here in set number 4. So back here, once again inside Plymouth Regional High School in the gymnasium. And the energy, you can cut the tension with a knife right now, Elliot.
Yeah, there's no better way to describe it. Plymouth playing an excellent game here tonight. 1 point away. You can hear the fans are loud tonight.
There we go. Williams nearly with a carry. Monaco with the attack. It's kept alive by Plymouth. A chance to win it. Free ball over instead. Crosby from the back line trying to set it up top. Unsworth dug out.
Good save
by
there by Sullivan.
In the middle, and it's too far out of the reach. They're going to say it was touch. I thought that was 4 touches on Plymouth, but it's alive. Monaco will get the kill. She's 1 away.
1 away from that magic number.
So a sub here. Unsworth will sub out. Palmer will come in to serve. It's 24-20. Another match point for Plymouth. Can Milford continue this? We saw it last set. They battled back and took it 26-24. Palmer to the back line. Sullivan, and it's an ace for Palmer. It's her 2nd service ace.
Plymouth can't blow 2 1-point games here.
Seen crazier things happen on the court. Palmer gets another one, back-to-back aces. And I wouldn't be surprised if Plymouth takes a timeout, and they do, to try to slow the momentum. But the Spartans are back in it, 24-22. We'll step aside one more time here. We'll see if the Bobcats can close it out at home in 4 sets. You're watching Bobcat Volleyball here on the Granite State Sports Network and Pemmy Baker TV. So the first charge timeout to Plymouth. They have 1 remaining. None remaining for Milford. Milford trying to extend this match to a decisive 5th set. They trail by 2. It's 24-22 and a 3rd match point for Plymouth here this set. Toll up front, and that's gonna do it! Savannah Marston with the kill on the outside, and have knocked off Milford and the Spartans, while Plymouth improves to 11-2 in the season. Milford drops to 10-2, and what an epic match we had here this evening, Elliot.
No better way to describe it. Absolutely epic. You can see the girls right there all hyped up, jumping around, and they know they just beat a top-ranked opponent in Milford. And they're all very excited, and this is a huge win as it'll stand out on the standings, and it'll grab Guilford's attention, who they play on their senior night on October 22nd, and that one is another huge matchup. But the Bobcats, I don't see any reason why they can't keep with Guilford.
No, it's you got to come out with this energy and believe in yourself. We've got a very talented team. They'll come to the near sideline and have the applause of their fans, but they have a chance to keep climbing the ladder, get some home court advantage. But what a big win here tonight. Elliot, let's get your final thoughts on the match for both sides.
Well, from the Milford side, bravo. I mean, that 3rd set, bravo. That was unbelievable. To come back and force a 4th one is incredible itself. And, it's unfortunate we didn't get to see Gabby Monaco reach her 500th.
She's 1 away. 1 away.
She'll definitely get that her next game. But, yeah, bravo for them to come back and force a 4th set. And as for the Bobcats, in that last one, great job of just keeping with it. You blew that 1 point at one point set early on, and it was a great job of them to really stay with it, and it was a close one, and just get that last point and send Milford home.
So for those of you watching on Penny Baker TV, stay tuned. Post-match interview with Jonathan Van Scooter, the head coach of the Bobcats, will be up in just a moment. For those of you watching on the NHIAA Network, we thank you for joining us. It's been an absolute thriller here this evening, but it's Plymouth that comes away with a 4-set win, 3-1 for our entire staff, our producer and cameraman, and Andrew Fenn. My partner this evening, oh gosh, I can't even say, Elliot, what an epic match. We hope it continues down the stretch, but we'll see what Plymouth can do. We thank you for joining us. Dan Selzer here for GSSN and Penny Baker TV. We'll see you in a couple of weeks' time. Welcome back here live courtside with some great athletes here for Plymouth. First, Anya, we'll start with you. A great defensive effort as a libero. Defense was the game plan for your side going into today. What was working well for you and your teammates?
I think there was great communication in the back row from everybody, no matter who was back there, and we really just wanted to win. So I think we just pushed as hard as we can, hustled really fast, and just got everything that we could.
You got 3 matches remaining. How much momentum does this build, especially when you have the likes of Guilford, who come in undefeated so far, heading into that matchup?
That'll definitely be a big competition, but I think with practice and a few games coming up, I think that we can do it, and we're just going to push as hard as we can.
Mia, over to you. Team high 12 kills here this evening. You were really aggressive on the outside. What were you seeing for those lanes being open for you?
The block I was getting through the block, so that was good, so I was able to go cross. Jonathan told me to keep going cross because it was working. I didn't really have to go line even though it was open, but yeah, it was just nice cross was open.
Looking at things, you guys dropped that tough third set after being so close, set or match point a couple of times. What was the feeling like on the bench going into the 4th set?
On the bench? I was never on the bench.
Well, come out of the break, though. That drop of the third, what was that? What were you guys saying to each other to get hyped up for that 4th set?
We knew that we wanted it a lot. We knew that we could do it because we had won the first 2 sets, and we just needed to push and just be on our game the entire time and not let up.
What does this win for you and your teammates?
I think it's huge motivation because it was a big game for us. We wanted to win it, and now we did. We know that we can do it, so it's good. It's good for us, so we know it's possible for us to do that much.
Wonderful job. And over to the player that decided to cap everything off here. Savannah, what was that setup like for you? What was that feeling when you saw that cross-court shot open?
I just knew that it was open, and I was just really excited to score the game-winning point and put it all away because we all really wanted it really hard. And we had already lost a set, and we just really wanted it right then and there, so I just gave it my all.
Looking at things, your team has been on a tear here as of late. You're now winners of 9 matches in a row. How much does this help you guys down the home stretch?
It just means that everything we've been working on is working, it's paying off, and we know that since we have Guilford soon, we have to take all the energy that we've been using. That's really good, and we just need to be there. We need to show up.
Well, ladies, thank you for your time. Congratulations on a great victory here this evening. Going to turn our attention over to Coach Jonathan Van Scooter. We talked a little bit going into this week. Defense, as we talked about with Anya, very important for this match. What stepped up in your mind about your team's performance here this evening?
Yeah, I thought all around our defense did fantastic. Anya just leading the charge with being the libero, but we were covering our hitters really well. Crashing. Hope had a great defensive game as well, but Anya came out on top with 20 digs in the match, and we knew going into this game that defense and blocking was going to be the key to shutting down their hitters, starting with the block, and if the block wasn't there, our defense was there, and there was a lot of times where our defense didn't give up. We were hitting the floor, just putting our everything into that.
It seemed as though emotions were getting a little high in the 2nd, 3rd, and even the 4th set, a little bit of tempers coming on the court. How did you guys temper that down to get refocused and come up with a win?
Yeah, so volleyball is very a mental and emotional game, and so when those come up, it's really just trying to refocus, recenter the girls to say, okay, just take it 1 point at a time. Yes, there was a mistake, that's okay, or there was a bad call, that's okay. We can just keep pushing forward and play the game that we know how to play and not dwelling on the past, but using that to give us that motivation to get the point.
Talked about a moment ago, your team's now won 9 matches in a row. Your last time losing was here at home against Oyster River in that 3-1 loss. What did you take away from that loss that has propelled you on the streak?
Yeah, that loss really made me show that we needed to, for the first part of the season, we worked a lot on our hitting and approaches and trying to make sure that we had everything ready to go for our offense. But we really said, okay, when we get to these tough teams, our defense and blocking is really what's going to ultimately decide the outcome. So at practice, we've been really working on hard hits down the line, down cross, tips, really working our defense. So when our block doesn't get it, our defense can, because we know our hitters can find that spot. But if they can't get set up, then we're not going to get a win.
With this win now, you guys improved to 11-2 overall. You're in that top 3 at the moment. What are the expectations for your team going into the playoffs the rest of the way?
Yeah, there's a lot to go that's on the shoulders of our team. It's hard going off of a big win like this with 3 games left to try to focus, especially with the number 1 seed that we're going to be seeing in 2 weeks. And so just trying to stay mentally tough, which is very difficult at this level. And so trying to figure out how we can keep pushing through to really reach our full potential as a team. And if we can do that, I'm going to be walking away happy from the season.
Coach, thank you for your time. Congratulations on a big victory here this evening.
Thank you.
That's going to do it for us here inside Plymouth Regional High School. We thank you for tuning in. Once again, Plymouth with a big 3-1 victory here at home. And we wish them the best of luck as they head towards the playoffs. 3 more matches remaining, 2 on the road. They'll have senior day in a couple of weeks here at home against the top-seeded Guilford side that is still undefeated. But Plymouth riding high here tonight. Thank you for joining us here on Granite State Sports Network and Pemmy Baker TV. We'll see you next time.